Welcome to Melissa Honey Speaks, where we chat about feminine magic, mindset, and manifesting. I'm your host and feminine magic guide, Melissa Honey. Welcome back to another episode of Melissa Honey Speaks. On today's episode, I'm going to talk about a hot topic that I saw on TikTok, of course. So I follow a lot of different platforms on TikTok and on social media in general. So I was watching this woman talk about men in her comments, and she's a single woman. She's got a degree. She's smart. She's got all her things together, like most women nowadays, right? So what she's talking about is how in today's society, men have to do more to get married and blah blah blah. So he threatened her in her comments. He was like, "You're gonna die alone," and and her response was that women today aren't worried about dying alone. They're not worried about marriage as much. They're not worried about having children. And I thought that she made a great point, because back in the day, even when I was younger growing up, everybody, we talk about, we stress marriage to women. When you grow up, you find you a good husband, you have kids, and then that's it. Your life is great then. That's not always the case. And then we have this movement of women who are, marriage doesn't validate me. Having children doesn't validate me. I'm not worried about dying alone, because most women aren't necessarily single. That's really just a statistics. People aren't necessarily single because if they're not married. So she made a point when she said, because women they're going to college, they're getting degrees, they're getting their bachelors, they're getting their masters, they're getting PhDs, they're traveling, they're enjoying the best things that they want to enjoy, and they're not feeling so compelled to get married, to have children, because they don't want to. And it's not that. So his argument was that men want a certain kind of woman, and then she didn't fit that certain kind of type, so that meant that she would be single forever. Well, she's not single, but she's not married, but she's not single. So I thought, what is it that when do we realize that marriage and children and all those things don't make us who we are? Now, I have children and I love my children, but that doesn't make me who I am. I'm still a woman. I'm still all these other things. I'm still educated. I'm still all these things. So the thought that these things make us who we are and validate us is kind of like, no, they don't. I validate myself. I find the value in myself, and people find value in you based on other things. Women are not being validated by marriage anymore, or by having children anymore. They're being validated by much broader, bigger, different things. And not saying that, if your goal in life is to be a mom and to be married, then that's great, but that's not everyone's goal. And I think that there is an imbalance between what men think women want and what women think women want, or vice versa. So the point was that it seems like men think that women only desire to be married and to have children. That's the ultimate goal. And you could be a doctor, a lawyer, an astronaut. You could be a multimillionaire, a multi-million-dollar entrepreneur, but if you haven't gotten married or have kids, then you're just nothing. And that's not true, because men stay single their entire lives and become these great bachelors and these great whatever they become, and no one says anything to, well, you never got married, you didn't have any kids. No one says that to men. But to women, it's like, well, even in some families, the aunts or your mom will say, well, I have, you'll tell your mom, or you have this great job, you have a career as, a great career, you have a great car, you have a great lifestyle, you travel the world, you do all the fun things that you want to do, and you're living your best life, and you're absolutely positively happy. And then people will still ask you, well, when are you going to get married? When are you going to have children? And that's so, is it unfair, or is it kind of like stereotype that we have to become a mother, we have to become a wife and a mother in order to be satisfied in life. And I want you guys to tell me, what do you think? Do you think that being married and having children is some kind of validation, which is like the apex of life, or are there other things that people can do, and that's okay too? Because everyone doesn't desire to be a wife and be a mom, and some people do, and there's nothing wrong with that, but some people don't, and there's nothing wrong with not wanting that. The thing is about, how do you value yourself? Are you living your life for the things that you want? If you want to become a wife and a mom, do that. If you don't. And neither woman is more valuable than the other if she doesn't want to become a mother, or if she does become a mother. Neither are more valuable to society. Everyone is needed in society. That's why we're here. So the thought that women will die alone because they're not married and have children is just a fairy tale, because no one's doing that. I think that women often have the best lives when they're actually living the life that they want to live, and not the life that they think society wants them to live. They're not living up to a standard that's not their own. We always want to live up to a standard that is our own, that we are making decisions for ourselves that reflect what we actually want. Because if you become a wife and a mother and that's not what you really want, then you may have regret later on in your life, because that's not what you really wanted. So you may have resentment towards your spouse, resentment towards your children, because that's not what you really wanted. What you really wanted to do, you didn't do, because you felt like society pushed you, or that your family said, you need to do these things. So remember that life is about doing what you want to do when you want to do them. It's about making your own happiness. We create our own lives, and because we are creating our own lives, we have to understand that every decision we make is about what we want. We shouldn't make decisions based on what society thinks, what our family thinks, what our friends think. Make your decisions based on what you feel is right for you. You don't know what's right for you. Connect with your higher self. Sit and meditate. Ask, what is right for me? Where do I want to go? What is my next step? What do I want in life? Think about it. You may never want to be married or have children, but you may want to become a great attorney. You may want to become a great astronaut. You may want to do all the different things, but no one is more important in life because they've chosen a different path than you. So you are as important as you decide that you are going to be. Your value does not stem from other people telling you how valuable you are in life. Your value comes from you. It doesn't matter whether you're a single mom, a single woman, a single man, a mom, a wife. Your value is based on what you think. Only value that we have is the value we place on ourselves. So when we decide to be valuable, when we decide our worth, then we are worthy, then we are valuable. No one can tell you that. No one can take that from you. No one can tell you what your value is going to be based on their ideas of what they think value is. The only idea of value is the one you have on yourself. So remember, you are valuable regardless of what decisions you make in life, regardless of what paths that you take. Your vision for yourself is as important as anyone else's vision for their lives. Remember, your vision is your vision, and your vision is important. Your vision is valuable. Your vision is worthy. You're worthy to see yourself in the way that you want to be seen in this world, because it's your life. The only person who's going to be upset or sad or have regret is you. When it's all said and done, did you live your life the way you wanted to live? Did you do the things that you wanted to do? Did you make choices based on what you thought were right for you? Or did you make decisions based on what you thought everyone else would want you to do? Or what society says you have to do this? Or, family, church, whatever it is, your religion. Are you making decisions for yourself? Because even if you're following something that doesn't sit well with you, it doesn't make you feel good, why? Make sure that you're doing what you want to do for you, doing the things in life that you want to do, because that'll make you happy. That'll make you more prosperous in the long run, because you're following your dreams, your goals, and you're doing what you say that you want to do. It's all up to you, because we create our own lives. So with that said, remember, you are valuable. what you decide to do in your life is valuable. No one can take that from you. You are valuable and worthy within yourself. Thank you.